Welcome to the most important video you've ever clicked on. Not just another motivational talk. Not just another English learning video. This is the one video that will help you do what most people never do in their entire lives. Empty your mind. Right now, your mind is not just full. It's cluttered. Not with powerful thoughts, but with old pain, future worries, distractions, regrets, comparisons, expectations, fears. And here's the truth no one will tell you. Most people don't live with a mind. They live inside their mind, trapped, drowning in it, controlled by it. They smile, but their brain is racing. They work, but their brain is noisy. They eat, scroll, sleep, but their brain never stops talking. Tell me this honestly. When was the last time you felt truly still, truly present, truly peaceful? Inside? For most people, the answer is never, because no one ever taught us this simple truth. An untrained mind is your biggest enemy. And an empty mind? That's your greatest power. This video is going to guide you through 11 powerful steps to clean your mind, empty the junk, and finally take back control of your peace, your power, and your focus. And yes, this video is also perfect for improving your English. As you listen and follow along, you're not just learning peace. You're also learning powerful English listening practice that's emotional, real, and life-changing. But more than that, this video is for that version of you who is tired of noise, tired of overthinking, tired of carrying the past, tired of feeling lost, anxious, or not enough. This is your chance to reset, to clean the hard drive, to finally breathe. Let's begin. Step 1. Stop carrying mental garbage. Let's get one thing straight. You're not struggling because you're weak. You're struggling because you're carrying too much. Think of your mind like a backpack, and every day, without even realizing it, you've been adding weight to it. A comment someone made 3 years ago. A mistake you made in school. A lie you believed about yourself. A relationship that broke you. A fear of the future. A pressure to impress people you don't even like. The memory of something painful. The need to be perfect. Day after day. Thought after thought. Your mind becomes heavier and heavier and heavier. You try to focus, but your brain is full. You try to be happy, but guilt is sitting in the corner. You try to sleep, but 200 thoughts are screaming at the same time. That's mental garbage. And you're carrying it everywhere. To your job, to your relationships, to your goals, to your dreams. And no one taught you how to let it go. Because society teaches you how to make money, but not how to manage your mind. Here's the truth you need to hear. Your brain is not meant to be a storage unit. It's not meant to hold everything forever. It's meant to process, then release. But instead of releasing, you've been replaying. You replay that failure. You replay that breakup. You replay that rejection. You replay that embarrassing moment from 2017. And every time you replay it, you relive it. Your brain doesn't know the difference between memory and reality. So it gives you stress, fear, sadness, as if it's happening again. Let me tell you about a woman named Clara. She was 29, working in a corporate job. She smiled all day. She laughed at jokes. She posted cute pictures on Instagram. But inside, she was mentally drowning. Why? Because for 5 years, she had been carrying something. A secret. She blamed herself for her father's death. He passed away from a heart attack. And the day before, they had a fight. He said, "I'm disappointed in you." She said, "I don't care anymore." He died that night. And for 5 years, she never forgave herself. She carried that moment like a stone in her chest. Every job she took, she felt she wasn't enough. Every compliment she got, she didn't believe it. Every night she tried to sleep, that voice came back. It's your fault. Until one day, she wrote it all down. She said, I release this guilt. I didn't know. I was hurting too. I forgive myself. I let this go. She cried. She screamed. She threw that paper into the ocean. And for the first time in 5 years, she felt light. Not because she got a raise, not because she changed jobs, not because she became rich, but because she finally emptied the garbage. Ask yourself honestly, what are you carrying that's not yours anymore? Whose voice is living rent-free in your head? What moment from your past is still controlling your present? Now imagine this. You walk into your home and you see a bag of garbage lying on your bed. Would you sleep next to it? Would you carry it to work? Would you hug it? No, but you do that with your thoughts every single day. Today, take a notebook or a blank page. At the top, write, things I need to take out of my mind. Then write everything. That fear you never admitted. That argument that still hurts. That thought you're ashamed of. That voice that says you're not enough. Write it all. You don't need to solve it. Just remove it from your brain and put it on paper. Because this is the first step to freeing your mind. You can't fill your life with peace until you empty your mind of pain. This is just the beginning. You've just taken the first powerful step toward mastering your mind. Step 2. Get out of the overthinking loop. Imagine this. You're sitting alone in your room. It's quiet. Nothing is happening. But your mind is not silent. It's running, jumping, spinning. And one small thought becomes a storm. What if I fail? What if they never loved me? What if I said something wrong? What if I never succeed? What if they're ignoring me? What if I'm not enough? That one thought turns into 5. 5 become 50. And before you know it, your brain is racing, your chest feels tight, your eyes start to water. But here's the most painful part. None of it is real. It's not your present. It's not your future. It's not even based on truth. It's just a mental movie, and you're watching it on repeat. Overthinking is not intelligence. It's not deep thinking. It's not problem solving. It is replaying the past, predicting disasters in the future, creating imaginary situations that never happen, talking to yourself endlessly without any solution, believing negative thoughts as if they are facts. It feels like thinking, but it's just mental torture dressed like intelligence. Overthinking doesn't just waste time. It destroys energy. You wake up tired, not because of physical work, but because you were mentally fighting all night. You can't enjoy a simple walk because your brain is arguing about something that happened 2 weeks ago. You can't focus on the present because your mind is busy imagining 100 things that could go wrong. It steals your peace, your confidence, your happiness. And if you don't stop it, overthinking becomes your default setting, and your mind becomes your enemy. There was a young person who always tried to be perfect. One day they gave a presentation in class. Everyone clapped. The teacher smiled. They did well. But later that night, one thought entered their mind. Did I say something wrong? That one thought turned into more. What if they laughed at me behind my back? What if I looked nervous? What if I sounded stupid? What if my teacher actually hated it? What if I messed up and didn't notice? They couldn't sleep. They replayed every second of the presentation in their mind, again and again. And slowly, they started believing the fear. Even though everything went well, they felt like a failure. Not because of reality, but because of overthinking. Overthinking is not one thought. It's a loop, a circle, a trap. It starts with fear. Then your mind looks for proof. Then it creates fake stories. Then it believes the stories. Then it feels the emotion. Then it fears again. And the circle continues. You try to escape, but it pulls you back in. That's why step 2 is so important. Here's the truth that will set you free. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching them. Your thoughts can lie. Your thoughts can trick you. Your thoughts can repeat things that aren't real. And the moment you realize that, you take back your power. You stop being the victim of your brain. You become the master of it. When the loop starts, pause. Don't argue with the thoughts. Don't try to solve everything. Don't run behind every what if. Instead, say this out loud. This is overthinking. It is not real. I choose peace. That sentence reminds your brain, you are in charge. Breathe deeply for 60 seconds. Focus only on the air going in and out. Move your body, stand up, walk, stretch, clean something. Overthinking cannot survive in physical movement. Write the thought down on paper. Then under it, write, I don't have to think this right now. This is not suppression. This is control. The problem is not overthinking. The problem is you believe every thought. Your brain says, you're not good enough. You believe it. They hate you. You believe it. You'll fail. You believe it. Why? Your mind is just a machine. It generates thoughts automatically. Not all thoughts are true. Most are just mental habits, leftovers from childhood, trauma, fear, stress, comparison. If you believe every thought, you become its slave. If you watch thoughts without believing, you become free. Every day, take 10 minutes. Sit in a quiet place and just watch your thoughts. Don't fight them. Don't fix them. Just observe. Thought comes, let it come. Don't attach. Don't run behind it. Eventually, thoughts will slow down, and that's when you will feel it. That deep silence. That peace that's been hiding under all the noise. That's your real mind. Clean, calm, powerful. If your mind was a house, overthinking is like turning on 100 TVs at the same time. All playing different channels, all screaming. The house is full of sound, but the owner is exhausted. You are the owner. Turn them off. Not all thoughts deserve your attention. The mind is a servant, not a master. If you let it control you, it will destroy you. But if you control it, it will guide you to peace. Step 3. Write everything down. Don't keep it in your head. Put it on paper. And watch your mind become free. There's a reason this step is here. After you remove the garbage, after you escape the overthinking loop, your mind is still full. It's full of half-finished thoughts, unspoken feelings, random fears, confusing questions, unknown emotions, all spinning inside like a blender with the lid off. And you try to solve it all in your head. You try to stay strong. You try to keep it quiet. But the thoughts just get louder, and louder, and louder. And here's the truth no one ever taught you. Your mind is not a storage room. It's a processing room. When you don't give it away to release, it breaks. Writing is not just a habit. Writing is a weapon. It is one of the few tools in the world that empties your mind, reveals your truth, slows down your thoughts, cleans emotional pressure, and most importantly, gives your mind space to breathe. You don't need fancy tools. You don't need expensive therapy. You don't even need to be good at writing. You just need a pen and a page. And the courage to be honest. There was someone who always felt anxious. Their mind never stopped. They worried about money. They replayed conversations. They couldn't sleep. They kept asking, "Why am I feeling this way?" One day, someone gave them a blank notebook and said, "Write down whatever comes to your mind. Don't stop. Don't judge it." So they did. And what came out shocked them. "I feel like I'm failing in life. I compare myself to everyone. I miss someone I pretend to be over. I act strong, but I feel lost. I don't know what I want. And that scares me." And as they wrote, tears came, not from sadness, but from truth. Because for the first time, the thoughts had space, and the heart had room to breathe. That night, they slept peacefully. Not because the problems disappeared, but because the mind was no longer holding everything alone. When you write your thoughts down, you move the chaos from your head to the page. You see your mind clearly. You slow down the speed of your thinking. You stop the loop of repeating the same thoughts. You stop hiding from yourself. It's not about grammar. It's not about beauty. It's not about perfect handwriting. It's about truth. It's about release. It's about making your mind light. Every day, take 10 minutes. Morning or night, doesn't matter. Open a blank page and write one of these at the top. What's in my mind right now? What am I avoiding? What am I feeling but not saying? What do I wish I could scream out loud? What's been hurting me that I pretend is fine? Now write. No filter, no rules, no judgment. If you feel angry, write it. If you feel sad, write it. If you feel numb, write that too. Let your thoughts flow out of your mind and onto the page. This is not a performance. This is a mental detox. Write 3 full pages. No stopping, no editing, no thinking. Write like your life depends on it. Because it does. You're not writing to be a poet. You're writing to empty the poison that's been sitting inside for years. And when you do, you'll feel something beautiful. Space, clarity, lightness. Let's imagine this. There's a house in your city. The owner never takes out the trash. Every week, the garbage piles up. The smell gets worse. Insects come. The house becomes unlivable. Now imagine your mind like that house. All the thoughts, stress, sadness, guilt, confusion, piled up for years. No one sees it, but you live inside it. And you're trying to be happy, trying to focus, trying to grow. But the truth is, you can't. Not because you're broken, not because you're lazy, not because you're not smart, but because your mental house is full. Writing is how you take out the trash. Every word you write is like opening the window, letting the air come in, letting the pressure go out, letting yourself breathe. After watching this video, do this. Take 15 minutes alone. Put your phone away. Open a notebook or a digital doc. Write down every thought, feeling, emotion, worry, dream, question, and fear. Don't stop until it's all out. Then sit back, read it, or don't. It doesn't matter. What matters is you're no longer carrying it inside. You will not find peace by thinking about peace. You will find peace when your thoughts stop screaming. And to stop the screaming, you must write. This is how you empty your mind. 1 page at a time. Not by fighting your thoughts, but by freeing them. Step 4. Use silence as a tool. We live in the loudest time in human history. You wake up, notification, you eat breakfast, YouTube, you take a break, scroll Instagram, you walk to work, music playing, you sit in traffic, ads shouting, you try to sleep. And your mind still plays one last mental video. It never stops. Not the world, not your phone, not your mind. And that's the disease no one is talking about. We are addicted to noise. But what we really need is silence. The reason your mind feels heavy, the reason you feel tired even after 8 hours of sleep, the reason you feel overwhelmed, confused, anxious, even when life is okay, is because your brain has no space. It's running from one thought to another, from one sound to another, from one problem to another. And if you never pause, you never hear your real self. Most people don't fear failure. They fear silence. Because in silence, everything hidden comes up. And that's why people keep playing music, keep watching videos, keep scrolling reels. Because they're running from their thoughts. But silence doesn't lie. Silence shows you what's really going on. There was a person who was always online. Every second. Some noise. Music, messages, memes, podcasts, YouTube, always something in the background. One day, their phone died in the middle of a long walk. No music, no apps, just silence. And at first, they felt panic. What do I do now? What if I get bored? What if I start overthinking? But then, something strange happened. After a few minutes, their breathing slowed down. They started noticing small things, birds, wind, the feeling of walking. Thoughts came and went. There was no judgment, no pressure. For the first time in years, they felt still. That one walk changed them, because silence did something noise never could. Healed, cleaned, calmed. Silence is not the absence of sound. Silence is the presence of space. It's the place where overthinking melts, emotions settle, truth rises, energy resets. Peace is born. It's not magic. It's science. When you sit in silence, your brain shifts from chaos to clarity, from survival mode to balance, from noise to knowing. And in that space, your real voice appears. Not the voice of fear, not the voice of pressure, not the voice of other people's opinions, but your voice, your truth. This is not about becoming a monk. You don't need to live in the mountains. You just need to create 10 minutes of silence every single day. Here's how. Pick a time. Morning is best, but any time works. Before the world wakes up or before sleep. Turn off all devices, phone off, TV off, no background music, just you and silence. Sit comfortably, not on a throne, not in yoga position, just somewhere quiet, on a chair, floor, anywhere. Close your eyes. Don't force any thoughts. Don't try to meditate the right way. Just be still. Just breathe. Just listen. At first, your mind will scream. It'll bring up memories, to-do lists, fear, past, future. Let it. Let it all rise. Let it move. Let it pass. You don't control it. You observe it. And then, the noise will slow down. And in that gap, you'll feel something you forgot existed. Peace. Even when you're not at home, you can do this. Stuck in traffic? Don't play music for 5 minutes. Just observe. Be still. Waiting in line? Don't open your phone. Just breathe. Sitting alone in a cafe? Don't scroll. Look outside. Think nothing. These micro-silences are how you train your brain to rest in the middle of chaos. You don't have to escape the world. You just have to escape the noise inside you. You clean your body. You brush your teeth. You wash your clothes. But your mind? You've never cleaned it. Never given it silence. Never turned off the machine. And that's why it's tired. That's why it's heavy. That's why it's noisy. Silence is not a luxury. Silence is mental hygiene. In silence, the fake world disappears. In silence, your real self speaks. In silence, the healing begins. Make this step a non-negotiable part of your life. It's not just about calming down. It's about becoming fully awake. Because once you experience true silence, you will never want to live in noise again. Step 5. Meditate on nothing. Don't try to fix the mind. Let it dissolve on its own. You've written down your thoughts. You've escaped the overthinking loop. You've sat in silence. Now it's time to go deeper. To reach the place where most people are afraid to go. Not because it's dangerous, but because it's too quiet. This is the place where true peace begins. Not just temporary calm, but a state of real emptiness, where the mind resets. And the path to that place is simple. Meditation. But not the type you've been told about. Not sitting perfectly. Not visualizing colors. Not repeating fancy mantras. This is the raw, real form of meditation. Sitting with nothing. Chasing nothing. Controlling nothing. It's not about getting something. It's about dropping everything. Most people try to meditate like they try to fix a machine. How do I stop thinking? How do I clear my mind? How do I get peace? But trying to force peace is like trying to sleep faster. It doesn't work. The more you try, the more your mind resists. Meditation is not about trying. It's about letting go. Let go of the need to feel peaceful. Let go of the pressure to succeed at meditating. Let go of the belief that I must stop thinking. Because the goal is not to stop thoughts. The goal is to stop chasing them. There was someone who hated meditation. They said, "It doesn't work. I just sit and think more." They always tried to control their thoughts. They wanted silence immediately. They were trying to meditate, like a task. One day they read something that said, "Just sit. Let thoughts come. Do nothing. Chase nothing." So they did. At first the brain screamed, "You're wasting time. This is stupid. You should check your phone. You should be doing something productive." But they stayed. They watched. They noticed thoughts, but didn't follow. They noticed emotions, but didn't react. They just sat in nothingness. After 20 minutes, something magical happened. The thoughts slowed down, the emotions calmed, and a stillness filled the body. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't fireworks. It was peace. Pure, quiet, powerful. That day, they finally understood meditation. Forget everything you've heard. This is how to begin. Set a timer for 10 minutes. Not too long, not too short. Sit in a comfortable, quiet place. No perfect posture required. Just sit in a way that's easy for you. Close your eyes and do nothing. Let your mind do what it wants. Let it talk. Let it panic. Let it replay. You are not trying to fix it. You are simply sitting, like a mountain. Thoughts come, let them come. Don't follow, don't fight, don't finish the sentence. Just let them float. Like clouds in the sky. You are the sky. The thoughts are the weather. And eventually, they'll pass, and you'll feel space. When you meditate on nothing, you stop feeding mental loops. You teach the mind it doesn't control you. You create emotional space. You build the muscle of mental stillness. You experience a power that cannot be explained, only felt. This practice is not easy in the beginning, but the more you sit with nothing, the more you understand everything. Don't fight the storm. Don't chase the clouds. Just sit and let the sky clear itself. Step 6. Empty through movement. If the mind won't sit still, let the body move, and the mind will follow. This step is for the people who say, "I can't sit. My mind just won't stop. I'm too restless. I get bored. I need action." And the answer is, good, use that. The mind and body are not separate. They are connected like fire and smoke. When you move the body, the mind follows. This is why sometimes you go for a walk, and your best ideas come. This is why exercise feels like therapy. This is why after a long walk, your head feels clear. Because movement is a form of meditation. We are not designed to sit for 16 hours a day. We are not built to stay in one room with 4 walls and 100 thoughts. The human body is designed to walk, breathe deeply, move, connect to nature, sweat, flow. And when we don't move, we don't just become physically sick. We become mentally blocked. Your brain fog, your anxiety, your confusion, much of it is not a thinking problem. It's a movement problem. There was someone going through deep mental pain. They had tried journaling. They had tried silence. They had tried meditation. But their thoughts were still heavy. One day, they put on a simple pair of shoes and went for a long, silent walk. No phone, no music, just walking. And something strange happened. Their breath deepened. Their steps became rhythmic. Their thoughts softened. They weren't trying to solve anything. But clarity came, not like a loud voice, but like a quiet realization. When they came home, they felt lighter, like a big stone was removed. But nothing had changed. That's the power of movement without distraction. You don't need a gym. You don't need equipment. You just need to move with awareness. Here are some ways. The silent walk. Every day, take a 15 to 30-minute walk. No phone, no podcast, no music. Just walk and observe. Stretching and breathing. In the morning, do 5 minutes of slow stretches. Breathe deeply with each movement. Let your body open. Let your mind loosen. Cleaning your room or kitchen. Yes, even chores can become therapy, if done with presence. Feel the water, feel the sponge, feel the floor beneath you. Let your body move, and your mind will relax. Dance alone. Put on music, not to perform, but to express, to let your body move however it wants. You will laugh, you will cry, you will feel alive. That's therapy. When you move, your body releases endorphins. Your nervous system resets. Your breath opens. Your emotional pressure reduces. Your thoughts slow down. Your body and brain realign. It's like shaking a bottle of water full of dirt, letting it settle, and watching the water become clear. The mind is not always healed in silence. Sometimes it is healed in motion. When the body moves, the pain releases. When the breath flows, the mind empties. Step 7. Mind shower. First thing in the morning. You wake up in the morning. The sun hasn't even risen. The world is quiet. Your body is still tired. Your mind is empty. But within 5 minutes, you pick up your phone. Notifications explode, messages, news, deadlines, pressure, fear, comparison, noise. And just like that, your clean mind is gone, stolen before your day even begins. This is the modern reality. Most people shower their body every morning, but they never shower their mind. They begin the day with someone else's voice, someone else's problems, someone else's expectations, and they wonder why their day feels heavy, why their brain is foggy, why they feel behind, anxious, scattered. The first 10 minutes of your day decide the energy of the next 10 hours. So what do you choose to do with those 10 minutes? A mind that is full of yesterday's thoughts cannot create a new day. If you want mental peace, if you want emotional clarity, if you want to empty your mind every single day, then the morning is your golden chance, because that's when your mind is most quiet, most sensitive, most powerful. And if you fill that quiet space with intention, you can reprogram your brain. There was someone who felt stressed all day. No matter how hard they worked, they felt behind. Every day started with phone checking, emails, messages, notifications, and their brain felt heavy before breakfast. One day they changed one thing: the first 10 minutes. Instead of grabbing the phone, they sat up, closed their eyes, breathed slowly, and asked themselves, what do I want to feel today? What do I want to let go of? What do I want to create? They wrote 3 lines, drank a glass of water, breathed deeply, and only then they opened their phone. That one shift didn't just change their morning, it changed their life. Because they were now living from within, not from reaction. You don't need an hour. You don't need any app. You don't need to be perfect. You just need a ritual. Something you do every morning to clear the mind before the world enters it. Here's a 5-minute morning mind shower you can start today. 1. Sit up in bed before touching your phone. 2. Place your hand on your heart. Feel your heartbeat. Connect with yourself. Say, I am here. I am safe. I am ready. 3. Take 10 deep breaths. Inhale slowly. Exhale slower. Let your breath reset your brain. 4. Write down 3 things. 1 thing you're grateful for. 1 thing you're letting go of. 1 thing you want to feel today. Calm, focused, strong. 5. Speak this line softly to yourself. Before the world speaks to me, I speak to myself. That's it. 5 minutes, and your mind will be clean, calm, ready. If you don't take control of your mind in the morning, someone else will. And once they do, you'll spend the whole day trying to return to yourself. Don't let the world decide your mental state. Decide it yourself. First thing in the morning. Your phone can wait. Your peace cannot. Clean your mind before the world touches it. That's how powerful people begin their day. Step 8. Say goodbye to ego thoughts. There's a part of your mind that wants to be right, better, smarter, more successful, more liked, more respected, more admired, more followed, more praised. This part of your mind never shuts up. It tells you, prove yourself. They're winning, you're not. You need to post this so they notice. You need to work harder or you'll fall behind. They ignored your message. You must not be important. Don't let them win. Don't let them forget you. That voice is not you. That voice is your ego. Ego is not confidence. Ego is fear, wearing a crown. And as long as that voice controls your thoughts, you will never have peace. The ego is not evil. It's not something to destroy, but it is something to watch very carefully. The ego is the part of your mind that seeks validation, craves attention, fears judgment, hates being wrong, compares itself constantly, needs to look successful even when it's broken inside. And the worst part? The ego speaks loudest when your soul is quiet. Imagine someone who seemed successful on the outside. They had achievements. They had attention. But every day they felt empty. Why? Because everything they were doing was to prove something. They wanted to be seen as smart. They wanted to win every argument. They couldn't let go even when it hurt. They couldn't stop comparing their life to others. Until one day they asked themselves, what would I still do if no one ever clapped for me? What would I still do if no one ever saw it? That question shook them, because they realized they weren't living, they were performing, not for their dreams, but for their ego. And once they dropped that performance, their life became real, free, quiet, honest. This doesn't mean you become a monk. It means you become real. Here's how to slowly release ego thoughts. Question the voice. Next time your mind says, "They ignored you. They don't respect you. You need to win. You should prove them wrong." Ask this: do I want peace or do I want to perform? That one question exposes the ego instantly. Do things privately. Start doing things without telling anyone. Go help someone, and don't post it. Write something, and don't share it. Achieve something, and keep it to yourself. This builds real power, because now you're doing things for truth, not for attention. Celebrate other people's success. Ego hates this, but your soul loves it. When you celebrate others, you're telling your ego, "I am already enough. I don't need to compete." And that's freedom. What happens when you drop the ego? Your mind becomes quieter, kinder, lighter, more focused, more honest, more at peace. Because now you don't need to impress anyone. You're just living, learning, loving, healing. The ego screams, "Prove yourself." The soul whispers, "Be yourself." Listen to the whisper. That's where peace lives. Step 9. Freeze the thought. Don't follow it. Your brain is a thought-producing machine. Every minute, it generates ideas, questions, memories, fears, judgments, dreams, doubts, pain, and noise. You can't control what comes into your head, but you can control what stays. The biggest mistake people make is this: they believe every thought. They follow every thought. They respond to every thought. And that's how they get trapped. You don't need to fight your thoughts. You don't need to run from your thoughts. You just need to learn one powerful skill: how to freeze a thought and let it pass. Imagine a stranger walking into your house shouting insults. Would you invite them to stay? Would you make them tea? Would you sit with them all day? No. You'd say, "This person doesn't belong here." And you'd close the door. But in your mind, when a toxic thought walks in, you let it stay. You feed it. You give it a seat. You talk to it all day. You argue with it. You cry because of it. That's the problem. You've never learned how to pause the thought and say, "You don't belong here." There was a person who always struggled with self-doubt. They would get one thought like, "What if I fail? What if I embarrass myself? What if they don't like me?" And they would start following that thought. They'd create fake situations in their head. They'd feel anxious. They'd cancel plans. They'd stay stuck. One day they learned this technique. When a thought comes, freeze it. Don't react. Don't respond. Just observe. So the next time the thought came, "What if I fail?" Instead of believing it, they froze it. They said, "Okay, that's just a thought. It might not be true. I won't follow it. I'll just watch it float by." And the anxiety didn't grow. It passed. That was the beginning of their mental freedom. Every time a painful, fearful, or anxious thought appears, pause immediately. Don't speak. Don't react. Your first job is not to judge it, not to fix it. Just pause. Imagine the thought like an image on a screen. See it as a picture, not as a truth, like a frozen TV frame. It's just a moment. Say this sentence out loud or in your head. "I don't have to follow this thought. I choose to let it pass." Take a deep breath. Then shift your focus. Look outside. Touch something near you. Name 3 things you see. Return to the present. You just broke the loop. You didn't erase the thought. You released it. Because thoughts are not reality. They are mental weather. If you don't react, they lose their power. If you don't feed them, they fade away. If you don't follow them, they don't control you. The thought says, "You'll fail." You say, "Maybe." Maybe not. But I'm not chasing you. The thought says, they don't like you. You say, not everything needs my attention. That's real power. That's mind mastery. Not every knock on your door must be answered. Not every thought in your mind must be believed. Learn to freeze the thought and watch your life change. Now that you've learned how to not follow negative thoughts, let's go to the most protective, powerful, and necessary step in this entire video. Step 10. Protect your peace like a fortress. After you clean your house, what do? You close the windows, you lock the doors, you keep the dust out, because you worked hard to clean it. You won't let the dirt walk back in. Now think about your mind. You wrote your thoughts down. You meditated. You walked in silence. You let go of ego. But if you don't protect your peace, the noise will return, the world will walk back in, and the mind will be full again. That's why this step matters. Peace is not a one-time event. It's a daily battle. And you must protect it, like your life depends on it. Because it does. You can read 100 books. You can do meditation. You can journal every day. But if you keep letting toxic people, fake news, emotional drama, and mental pollution back in, you'll stay stuck in a cycle. Think of it like this. You take a shower, but then roll in mud. You clean your room, but then open all the windows during a sandstorm. You meditate, but then scroll negative content for 2 hours. You're undoing your own healing. There was someone who spent 1 full month working on themselves. They built a routine. They felt calm, happy, focused. But slowly, they stopped protecting their peace. They started replying to every toxic friend. They refollowed people who made them insecure. They said yes to drama. They watched too much negativity online. They let the world enter their mind again. And soon, the anxiety came back. The overthinking returned. The peace disappeared. Not because they were weak, but because they didn't guard the gate. That was their lesson. Healing is not one moment. It's a wall you build and defend. Here's your mental fortress plan. Control your input. Be ruthless with what you consume. Unfollow accounts that make you feel less. Stop reading comments that drain you. Avoid videos and articles that only bring fear and anger. Ask, does this make me better or just busier in my mind? Say no more often. Not every message needs a reply. Not every invite needs a yes. Not every voice deserves access to your mind. Every yes to others is a no to your peace. Say no with love. Say no with confidence. Create peace hours daily time blocks with no phone, no noise. Just walking, breathing, or being still. Even 30 minutes of silence every day becomes a wall against chaos. Use this sentence when your peace is threatened. I worked too hard to feel calm. I won't trade it for this. Use it with people. Use it with situations. Use it with yourself. It's your reminder. Your peace is earned, not free. If you don't protect your mind, the world will fill it for you. With fear, with gossip, with pressure, with comparison. You must build your fortress. You must defend your gates. Because once your peace is gone, your energy is gone. And once your energy is gone, your life becomes heavy again. Your peace is your most sacred power. Don't give it away in small conversations, loud opinions, or empty arguments. Protect it like a fortress, because once it's broken, everything falls. Step 11. Do a daily reset before sleep. You've survived another day. You've done your best. You've fought battles no one saw. You've smiled when you were tired. You've handled situations you didn't ask for. But now, it's night. You lie in bed. Your body is ready to rest. But your mind? It's still racing, replaying moments, regretting what you said, worrying about tomorrow, thinking about the past, trying to solve problems that don't have answers at 2 a.m. And this is where most people suffer. Quietly. They don't know how to end the day, so they carry it into their sleep, and into tomorrow, and into the next week, until their brain is full, their heart is heavy, and their soul is tired. This is why this step matters. This is why you must reset your mind before sleep. Every single night. Think about this. You close all your apps before turning off your phone. You lock your doors before sleeping. You turn off lights. You put things back in place. But what about your mind? Most people go to sleep with their thoughts wide open. No closure, no release, no peace. And they wonder why they wake up tired. Why they feel like they never rested. Why their brain feels heavy even in the morning. It's because the mind never got a break. It kept running all night. And that's why a night reset ritual is not a luxury. It's a mental survival tool. There was someone who struggled with sleep for years. They would lie down at 11 p.m., but their brain would stay awake till 3 a.m. They tried everything. Music, melatonin, apps. Nothing worked. One day someone told them, "You don't have a sleep problem. You have a closure problem. Your day has no emotional ending." So they began doing a night reset ritual. Every night, they wrote 3 lines. 1. What am I carrying right now? 2. What do I need to let go of tonight? 3. What will I give my mind permission to rest from? Then they took 10 deep breaths, whispered, "I've done enough for today," closed their eyes, slept in peace. For the first time in years. They woke up feeling light, not because their life changed, but because their mind finally got closure. You don't need hours. You don't need to meditate like a monk. You need 10 minutes of truth. That's it. Step 1. Dim the lights. Silence the world. Start signaling your brain. We're shutting down. Step 2. Write these 3 lines. What made me feel heavy today? What did I learn about myself today? What am I letting go of tonight? Be brutally honest. Write about the anger, the stress, the failure, the small win, the tears you held in. Step 3. Forgive yourself, out loud. Say, "I did my best with what I knew. I was not perfect, but I was trying." And that's enough for today. Even if no one says it to you, you say it to yourself. Step 4. Breathe out the day. Inhale deeply. And when you exhale, imagine the entire day leaving your body. The tension, the conversations, the pressure. Let it go with your breath. Step 5. Say this final sentence before sleep. The day is over. My mind is safe. My soul is at peace. Tomorrow is a new beginning. Then sleep, like you deserve to. Because you do. Why this changes your life? Because most people are not tired from doing too much. They are tired from thinking too much and never letting go. You cannot begin a new life if every night you sleep with the old one. You cannot feel peace if your brain is a museum of old pain. You must clean it. You must close the day. You must say, "It's done." That's how peace enters. That's how you truly rest. That's how you empty your mind. Completely. Sleep is not the end of the day. It is the healing of the mind. But healing only happens when you let go. So let go and let peace take over. If you watched this video till the end, you are different from most people. You're not looking for quick tips. You're not looking for fake motivation. You're looking for real change. And this is your truth. You were never weak. You were never lazy. You were never broken. You were just full of noise, full of thoughts, full of pressure, full of opinions, full of other people's voices, full of your past, full of fear about your future, and all your life. No one told you. You don't need more motivation. You need less mental noise. You need to empty your mind. You've now learned how to do that, step by step, in a way that is simple, powerful, real, and life-changing. And you'll begin to notice. You don't get angry as easily. You don't carry pain as long. You don't drown in your own mind. You don't fear the future like before. You don't feel like a prisoner of your thoughts. You finally feel like you're back to peace, back to focus, back to clarity, back to you. But here's the final truth. This video means nothing if you don't practice what you've learned. Knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. So make a promise now. Every day I will do something to empty my mind and protect my peace. Not for others, not for success, not for fame, but for me. Because a clear mind is a powerful life. And now, it's yours. If this video helped you, if you felt something deep inside you shift, if you feel calmer, clearer, more alive, then do two things. Subscribe to this channel, not because I'm asking, but because you need more content that heals, not hurts. This channel is a space for growth, peace, power, and purpose. Let's walk this journey together. Share this video with one person, someone who's struggling silently, someone who's carrying too much, someone whose mind is full. You can be the reason their life changes today. An empty mind is not a weak mind. It is a clean, clear, and conscious mind. And that is where your power begins. Thank you for watching. Your peace is your power. Now protect it.